Video bandwidth and distribution of Talking Scuba is provided by Blip TV, the next generation television network for independent shows. Do your part by donating today by visiting TalkingScuba.com. Hey everybody, and welcome to another exciting episode of Talking Scuba. This is episode number 16. I'm Bob Shoemaker.
And I'm Jim Norton at DiveCon.
And we are a weekly show discussing all different types of scuba diving, from cold, deep wrecks to shallow, warm reefs and everything else in between. What you drinking tonight?
I've got my Guinness.
You got your Guinness?
Yeah.
Now we got some special guests with us. What are you guys drinking?
I have a bottle of Land Shark Lager.
Land Shark?
I've got some Amber Bock.
Amber Bock, and I'm drinking some slop and foam called Rolling Rock. It's not great, but whatever. In this episode, we're going to continue our discussion talking about Mackinaw with Greg Such and Mike Bernard. Now, Greg, tell us a little bit more about some of the technical training that you guys get into.
We offer technical dive training from the diver to instructor level for advanced nitrox and deco as the beginning through advanced trimix. So anywhere from the diver that wants to get just outside of the 130-foot recreational range up to over 100 meters for exploratory diving with open or closed circuit units.
So tell us about some of the diving that you like to do personally.
Personally, I like doing the technical diving. The wrecks are a little deeper. Because of the depth, they were more protected from early on. If before laws were passed and people took artifacts and that, the deeper wrecks limited the exposure of who could get there. So we're still diving a lot of wrecks that have bells on them, portholes, things that unfortunately, like you guys on this trip, won't be able to see because these wrecks were easy pickings.
Sure, yeah, and a lot of these wrecks are, even though they're recently found, they've still been picked through over the course of time. So, like we were diving the Ward today, and they've got a few of the artifacts still on there. They got a couple bathtubs and a toilet and stuff like that, but it's pretty well picked through at this point.
Yeah, definitely. And like the Cedarville, there's only one porthole remaining, out of probably over 50.
Yeah, and they just all get picked through, and the guys take them home, put them on their wall, and it really decimates like a real a piece of our history that, when you get into that technical aspect, you're able to dive deeper, see better things, more intact is what you're telling us.
Yeah, there's wooden schooners that still have, the wheelhouse on them, the stern cabins, pottery, wine, whiskey bottles inside them, just a lot of things that you're not going to see in the shallow depths.
So with that technical training, you're able to get to those deeper depths, see those really cool stuff. Now you do trimix and that sort of stuff, but as well as the rebreathers. Now I think you work for one of the companies that does that rebreather computers and stuff, right?
Yes, I just got promoted to be the U.S. sales manager for VR Technologies. They do the VR3 dive computers, the VRX dive computers, the Neo, and the Ouroboros and Sentinel closed-circuit rebreathers.
So how long have you been? You just got promoted with them, but you've been with the rebreathers for how long?
I started off with the Draeger Atlantis probably about 10 years ago with the SCR rebreather, and it was very recreational oriented, so I kind of got away from it for a few years. And 4 years ago, I got back into it with the Ouroboros rebreather, fully closed circuit. Worked with Kevin Gurr out of the UK. Excellent guy, wealth of technology. We got along really well, and in March, they just really needed to revamp the company, asked me if I would be Midwest, Northeast, basically sales rep for the area, and just did really well in the area. And I got another phone call just a couple weeks ago and said, look, we'd really like you just to keep your enthusiasm and going and take over the whole U.S.
And now, as you can see, it is night out, and we got these two douchebags are wearing their sunglasses because the sun never does set on a badass. I don't know if you guys know that or not. But we do have some giggling girls that are running around here. Did they take off?
That's because when I show them my tan lines, you gotta beat them off with a stick.
That's true. The girls love the raccoon lines. All right, Mike, tell us a little bit more about exactly what you guys do with mobile divers.
Well, with mobile divers, our main concept is that we go to the customer. So instead of having a standard facility that's brick and mortar, we have an 8.5 by 28-foot trailer that we take wherever we need to go to train students. We do the travel aspect, we sell gear, and we also do the gear service aspect. So we are a full retail store on wheels, and we branch out to the entire Midwest. We have a couple people who are connected with us out in California even. So immediately in our near future, we are looking to branch out a little bit more, do some more classes in the Midwest, and hopefully start branching out a little bit more into a full nation aspect.
So you're traveling all over. You're doing open water dives, or what do you guys open water divers, or what do you guys do?
Well, our main bulk that we do is the recreational diving. We are very popular with fire departments as well because we set up their public safety teams. So as far as the public safety diving goes, we can actually come right down to the department and start them out with open water and get them up through rescue diver and get the ball rolling for their dive team. For example, last week we were down in Campbellsport, Wisconsin for an entire week, training them on just their open water. So their next step is going to be the advanced open water course. So we do anything from open water, advanced open water rescue diver, get people up through dive master, and then we also delve into the technical training, and that's where we bring Greg in and have him do our technical training for us as well.
And we were talking about this earlier. You're not necessarily replacing brick and mortar stores or anything, but what you're doing is opening up another avenue. Like for instance, there's very few places that we could fill air, between Muskegon and Ludington or Muskegon and Traverse City. There's very few places. I don't know how familiar you are with this side of the state, but there's very few places that we can fill air, or so we can't do as many dives in those areas because we just don't have the air. Or we don't have we don't have access to the equipment or whatever that we need. So you guys are kind of opening up that aspect of diving.
Sure. What we do is we look at a variety of different areas, such as the UP in particular, because there's only a couple.
Okay, I'm going to interrupt you right now, Mike. If you're going to come in, you got to come in on screen so we can see you. You guys have some beautiful hats.
All right, look at this.
Introduce yourselves. Introduce yourselves.
You are?
I'm Holly, the quacker.
All right.
Quacker.
I'm Noelle, the flying pig.
All right.
Yes. I'm Aunt Sue.
Aunt Sue.
Aunt
Nice
Sue,
to meet you,
all right.
Aunt Sue.
I'm Christy the duck.
Hi, Christy the
All
duck.
right.
You guys have some awesome hats. Again, we are up here at the Clearwater Lakeshore. You guys having a good time up here?
We're having a
Yeah,
great time.
All right.
All right.
Weekend.
Girls' weekend.
Girls' weekend.
Is there drinking involved?
Yes. Not yet.
Not yet?
Not yet.
Oh, hey, guys.
Shots, guys?
Oh, here you go. You tried this.
No. Well,
We
thanks for
don't know
stopping
about
by.
local scuba diving, but the local shops have quite a variety of hats, as you can see.
This weekend is our hat theme.
This weekend is hat theme.
Glasses, but this weekend is
You
hat.
you stepped it up to hats from glasses. Well, we appreciate you being here on Talking Scuba.
Thank you
Yeah.
for having us. It was a
Glove,
pleasure
glove.
to be invited.
Yeah,
Y'all
no.
have a nice night.
We
All
will.
right.
Peace and love.
Peace and love, peace and love. All right, Mike. We're going to get back to where we were.
Do you know where that was?
I don't remember. There's a couple of them. Jeez.
All right.
Well, as I was saying before, our main thing is we focus on areas specifically looking at, northern Wisconsin and the UP, where there are areas that are filled with lakes but untouched by divers just because people don't have brick and mortar stores at those locations. So we usually hook up with, local YMCAs, local high schools, local recreational centers, and do discover scubas to kind of start it out and see what the interest is from the community. If we find out that there's a huge interest from the community, we start the ball rolling a little bit more and move into classes. We even go to community colleges and offer them the courses, because for at least Patty, the open water course is available for college credit as well.
Yeah, I actually, when I took my open waters, I was able to take it for one gym credit. So my PE credit that I needed for college was taken care of because I was a scuba diver. That was great. So now do you dive with, you do a lot of diving at the YMCAs and stuff, because now they're no longer a certifying agency.
Yep, that's correct. And what they want to do is they would like to still offer scuba diving in their community, because it's a great idea for the kids. The kids absolutely love it, doing Discover Scubas once a month. They have different healthy kids days, so we get the kids in there, and we just get them in there doing the Discover Scubas. They have a ball. We take pictures of them, take video, throw it on their websites, and it's just another asset for the community as well.
Yeah, and I think that's really important what you guys are doing, exposing young kids to the sport of scuba diving, because it is going to save. We're having a lot of trouble with the oceans right now. We've got oil going all over the place, down in the Gulf and actually in Michigan here, where we're running into some problems with some oil. The more we expose kids to what's going on, what's happening under the water, the more chances are that they're going to protect those things over the course of time. It's really important to protect our water resources. We're excited about that. We're excited to have you guys here. I want to remember, we're wrapping up the show here, but I want to thank everybody for watching. We'll be back next week. But don't forget to follow us on Twitter, Facebook, and visit our website, talkingscuba.com, to review all the show notes and links. Where can we find you guys at?
Shipwreckadventures.com.
Shipwreckadventures.com and
MobileDiversLLC.com.
MobileDiversLLC.com, and we'll have links to that on our website. Jimmy, we're going to dive tomorrow.
All right.
You excited?
Very.
All right. Hey, you guys, cheers, and to the next dive.
Oh, what? Just a second.
I always forget something.
Yep. This is a special thanks
to
the lady that flashed us Thursday night.
Oh, thanks for your boobs, lady.
That's probably still on film.
Yeah. We'll get to that.
That's all right.